everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sherena. So in today's video, I have a eyeshadow tutorial for you in 3 easy steps. So if you want to learn how to master eyeshadow, then please keep watching. So in today's video, we have a eyeshadow tutorial. I've had a few people request a smoky eye look, but I thought, how could I do a smoky eye look without teaching you guys a basic eyeshadow look? And that's what we're going to be doing today. As close as possible to my eye, just so you can see where I'm placing the eyeshadow and where I'm blending with what colors. With that being said, remember that makeup is fun, and just because I use a specific eyeshadow shade doesn't mean you have to do that. You can really just use whatever, but it's just a specific guideline on eyeshadow. And then we can move on to the bit more complicated look. So today I'm going to do a really simple eye look. Before we even get into everything, I have my base done. My eyebrows are filled in, but I have not cleaned it up with concealer underneath it, and you're going to see why in a few minutes. But let's just go ahead and talk about eyeshadow. So using my brush, I'm just going to show you. So when I speak about eyelid, like this is your eyelid, right? Everyone knows that. When we speak about a crease color or a transition color, it usually goes in the crease, all right? It's this little like dip that's in your eye. And then we look at a brow bone color. Go with something simple, 3 kind of warm shades, and I'm going to show you how to place them on your eye and how to blend. So I'm going to be using the Revolution makeup. This is a palette that I bought from TAKEALOT, and it's pretty affordable and it's so pigmented. Like, I'm going to buy almost all of the palettes, well, mostly the neutrals because that's what I like. And I really recommend the Revolution makeup lens. And as you can see, it's a pretty warm colors. We got an orange, we got a lot of browns, so that's the kind of look that we're going to go for. The point of an eyeshadow base is to just even out the skin tone on your eyelid, and that you can go ahead and do with a concealer, honestly, and that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you how to clean up underneath the brow and then bring the concealer on to your eyelid, and that's going to be our eyeshadow base. And using a flat round eyeshadow brush like so, a bit more concealer and bring it onto my lid. And blend that out. Now you can use your fingers to blend this out. You can use a brush. Just gonna go in with my foundation brush. That's basically your base done for one eye. Next I'm gonna move on to the next eye. And just set that in place, and that's just going to make the blending process a bit more easier. You want to make sure that you blended out all the creases first before powdering. So I'm just going to go ahead one more time and smooth everything out, and then go ahead and just apply some translucent powder, just a light layer. So if you're not somebody who usually conceals underneath their eyebrow, that's totally fine. You can just go ahead and apply concealer straight onto your eyelid, a small amount, blend it out with your finger, powder it, and then you're good to go. So let's go ahead and talk about the brushes that are important when we're doing or working with eyeshadow. Number 1 would be a blending brush that I got from Discam. This is the one that comes in the brush set with the Scarlet Hill range at Mr. Price. And this is a flat, fluffy blending brush, and this is from Pep. And then you can also go ahead and use a flat eyeshadow brush like this to pack on the color. I would suggest at least 5 brushes, just so you're kind of set and you're prepared. Always have one clean blending brush. So when doing eyeshadow, we want to pack on the color, and then we want to blend out, okay? So the first step is I'm going to apply a shade to my eyelid. Like I told you, we have a eyelid shade, we have a crease shade, and a brow bone shade. So those are the three typical areas. And lid color can be a shimmer color. That's what I forgot to mention. So when you're working with your crease, you most probably want it to be a matte color, not a shimmery or glitter eyeshadow. When it comes to your lid can be both a matte eyeshadow or a shimmer. And then when it comes to our brow bone, it can be a light shimmery shade or a light matte. Hold the mirror down and we want to look down. Our head's up and we're looking down with our eyes, and that way we can see the whole surface area of our lid. So that's just another tip. Go ahead and get started with the look. So the first shade that I'm going to, now you can do this in any order. Some people like to go ahead and start off with your transition shade. And when I say transition, I mean that it's transitioning the color that's on your lid to the crease. I have green on my eyelid and I apply brown to my crease. My brown is my transition color, and that's just going to make everything blend seamlessly. So the first shade I'm going in with is kind of like a warm brown, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm going in with this. And by the way, this is the Reloaded Neutrals 2 in with a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up that brown and apply it to my eyelid. Again, we're looking down. And at this point, we're just placing the eyeshadow. So don't worry about it being too neat and too perfect. So just be careful that there might be some fallout underneath your eye. So what you can do is that you can do your eyeshadow look first. Or you can take some translucent powder and just bake underneath your eye. I'm not really going to do that today. I think we're a bit safe. And I really don't want to make it too complicated for you guys. So as you can see, I'm just placing. I haven't done any blending. If my ugly blue mirror comes out in the video, I'm sorry. But I definitely need to get a compact mirror. I used to have so many when I was in school. Always have one in school and always used to carry one around. I always have one in my pocket, just trust me. And now I can't find a single one to use. Building it up slowly by slowly. And that's another tip with eyeshadow. You definitely want to take it slow. Little, and we're building up the intensity that we want. Go in with this peachy kind of neutral shade and just blend out that harsh line that I have. Now, when I speak about the harsh line, can you see that? Maybe when like if I'm looking straight ahead at you, you can't really see it, but when I close my eyes, you can see that there's a harsh line and it's messy. So we're gonna try and just fix that. Gonna dip a tiny bit into that color. We're gonna tap off the excess so we don't get that much fallout on our face if you've already done your base. And we're just going to go ahead and blend the edges out. Now this is my transition shade that's going in my crease. So it's going in this little socket that I have. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just blending it out. So as you can already see the difference, that this is blended out and that's not. I have a clean blending brush on hand and I'm going to just blend out the edges. There's nothing on this brush, but I'm blending it out and I'm actually dragging the eyeshadow a bit out to deepen up the color. I'm fine with this intensity. I might just go ahead and blend a bit more of that crease shade, just a bit higher. Keep in mind, whatever you do to one eye, you have to do to the other eye as well. just to keep everything looking symmetrical. And the next thing is to go ahead and just highlight our brow bone. Now, I'm on the fence with this. I have no idea whether to do a shimmery or a matte shade here. And if you're wondering why this shade looks like a mess, it's because it came cracked and I had to like stuff everything back. I'm just going to pick up some of that light shade, dust off the excess, and apply it to my brow bone. So what I'm going to do is take the dark brown shade from my Essence Nude palette. So I'm applying it to the outer V of my eye, which is this portion right here, a V. I'm applying it to the outer V and as close to my lash line as possible. Go in with my flat shader brush and pick up that peach transition shade again, and I'm going to smudge it underneath my eye. That's it for our eyeshadow look. We've added a dark or medium tone brown to our eyelid. We've then went ahead and added a peach kind of shade to the crease, and that's our transition shade, and that we used to just blend out the eyeshadow. Next, we went in with a darker brown shade to the outer V portion of our eyes just to intensify and add a bit of depth to the eye look. Next, we're going to go in with a light shade and we applied that to our brow bone just to give it a lift. And we went in with the same shades on our lower lash line. So the last step that I will be doing is going in with the Essence 2-in-1 eyeshadow line. So I've added a bit. Now just going in with a small flat pencil brush. I'm just going to blend it out so it's there, but it's barely there. You can also just go ahead and just take some onto the brush and then apply it to your eye. So for today's lip, I will be going in with the LA Girl Endless Lip Liner in the shade Dark Plum. So it's kind of a red, but a very deep red. I'm just going to line my lips. I just went in on top with my black opal lipstick in Berry Red. So this is the complete look. This is what the eyeshadow looks like with false lashes applied and a red lip. But you guys saw the eyeshadow just on its own without the lashes and it looked just as good. So it is optional. And if you're trying to become better at applying eyeshadow, I would definitely suggest using these tips. So that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also share my video to anyone who maybe needs a bit of extra help in the eyeshadow game. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.